Organization for the right to education and freedom of education.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the behalf of 5 NGOs, we thank the Special Rapporteur for preparing her report on the implementation of the right to education and Sustainable Development Goal 4 in the context of the growth of private actors in education. We acknowledge the importance of considering the phenomenon of privatization from a human rights perspective. First, we welcome the report's emphasis on the obligation placed upon states to protect and promote freedom of education, which includes, inter alia, the prior right of parents to choose an institution for their child other than the one provided by public authorities, as stated in Article 26(3) of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Second, we commend the Special Rapporteur for drawing attention to the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030 throughout the report, in particular Goal 17, which encourage public-private partnerships among other forms of funding in the field of education. Former Special Rapporteur Kishore Singh had spoken about the good practices of conciertos económicos in Spain in this regard. Further discussion on similar innovations that utilize such partnerships as tools to overcome the challenge of privatization will be most welcome. Moreover, we believe that a plural educational system must reflect diversity in order to ensure the cultural dimension of the right to education. However, the guarantee of this right depends on non-governmental schools and educators having access to public funding. The report claims that the funding of non-governmental schools, non-profit schools, must be a time-bound measure. More still, the report has caused uncertainty regarding the obligation on states to fund non-governmental schools internationally by introducing a set of criteria for states to consider when making supportive financial commitments. It is suggested that contributions should only be given to non-governmental entities where governmental options do not exist. If such a view is to be taken, then the specific educational needs of minority, religious and indigenous groups who wish to pursue educational options within their specific cultural context might be ignored. According to these criteria,